So guys, welcome back to another episode. Today, the wireless charger controller for the PS5. Now, if you read the box, it tells you that it does not include the PS5 controller. In case you're wondering, yes, the PS5 controller is pretty big, just a tad bit bigger than this box. But this can actually charge two of your controllers at the same time for the PS5, and I want to see how well it works or how bad it works. It does have a charging indicator light, green for fully charged, red for charging, so keep that in mind. But I figured, hey, most of you guys probably have game systems and you want an easier way to charge it without constantly plugging it into the PS5 itself and keeping it in a particular mode just so that it can charge. Anyway, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's unbox this together and see if it's actually worth the asking price. So as soon as you take everything outside of the box, this is what you're going to see. This right here isn't instructions. It's more so just, the little disclaimer so you don't have to actually read that. This cord will obviously be wrapped a lot better than what you see, but I just wanted to show you how long this cord is. I would say it's about roughly 2 feet or so. I wanted to say 3 feet, but because I'm not using a ruler or anything like that, it's impossible for me to know. So it's about a 2-foot cord. But if you have your own USB-C, just keep in mind that you can probably go ahead and just use that just fine with this product. Now, a couple things to know. The USB-C is actually on the back of this dock, so just keep that in mind. This is the front. As you can see right here, you see A and B. Just make sure you pay attention to details. A is going to be the front one, I believe, and B is going to be the second one. Now, when you plug this up, the light will actually turn red to signify that your controllers are charging. When it's green, it means your controller is fully charged. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, it's a very simplistic thing to use. To be honest with you, for the short amount of time that I've been using this, my controllers haven't overheated. I haven't had any problems with the, placing it in a docking station and there was some type of shortage or problem. It does a pretty decent job for $5.55. So if you're in the market and you're looking for one, obviously you can find better ones at GameStop that are aesthetically pleasing, but some people just don't care. They just want something to charge their product. They're not anal about the look. So this would definitely work for you. But with that being said, let's hop on to the next section so I can show you guys how to actually use this and what happens as soon as you plug it up. So I'm going to plug this up right here. We grab the right cord. I have everything jumbled up right now. Here we are. So this is plugged in right now, and it looks like the lights are actually green, as you can see. Do apologize, it is a camera looking at lighting, so it might look like it's a little bit off. So I'm going to go ahead and take the first controller. This is the PS5 controller. I'm assuming it fits like so, and I'm going to match this up. This is very weird. Oh, there we go. And that's how it sits. Now, the bad side is that I already have my controllers fully charged, so that's probably why it's popping up this way. But yep, there we go. So these controllers are sitting as is. They're currently plugged up and they are actually, well, they're not charging because normally you would see some type of lighting right here for the PS5 controller. They are fully charged right now. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, the bigger question is, which I'm going to ask myself, if you hook these up to the back of the PS5, because it has USB-A connections on the back, will the controllers actually charge if the system is off? And whether the system is in standby mode. I want to see if the USBs actually work. So I'm going to just mosey on over right now and get that set up, taken care of, and then we'll record that part also. As you can see, this is the PS5 right here. This is the charging dock station. Now, I will say that the system is currently in rest mode. In order for this to work, in order for you to be able to charge your controllers while the system is off, you do have to put it in rest mode, which is basically a sleep mode for the PS5. If you have one, you already know what I'm talking about. For Nintendo Switch users and stuff, guys already know that your system updates when the system is currently turned off. So for their charging station, you can just leave it off. So just keep that in mind. I have another review for that coming soon too. Anywho, like I said, it is currently connected to the USB-C in the front. As you can see, it still receives power. Now, I want to show you guys something. On the back of the PlayStation, there is a USB-A, 2 of them. So there's 2 USB-Cs in the front, and there's 2 USB-As in the back, so you can still plug up other controllers and other devices. I'm also going to plug that in the back just to show you that when rest mode, whether you use the back USBs or the front USBs, it's still going to charge your product. Now, here's the controller right here. I want to show you something. When PlayStation controllers charge, it has this orange light right here to let you know that it's connected. So I'm going to plug this in. Here we go, like so. And as you can see, the orange light is on. So let's say that this controller wasn't charged. It will charge in rest mode. And then all you got to do is just sit it right here or wherever you want it, and you can just dock it as is. As a matter of fact, remember I showed you earlier in the video, I also have a purple one. Boom. And so you have two controllers that are currently charging right now while it's in rest mode, and then you are good to go. $5 product, very affordable. I don't know the full charge time of this particular product because I'm not going to sit here and watch it, but I do know so far that the few times that I used the dock, I haven't had any issues with my controller ports moving forward. There was no overheating. The controllers didn't feel overly warm or hot or anything like that. So it seems to be pretty safe. And again, I'm using my personal products to see how well this works. So if it works for me, more likely it's going to work for you. There are alternative docks out there that are more expensive. Sony makes some, GameStop makes some where the cradles look a lot cooler than this one. But at the end of the day, if you just want something to work, this will work for you, especially if you only have like one USB, because the PlayStation only comes with one USB and one controller. So for the average person, when they buy another controller, sometimes you don't want messy cords sitting out in the front. So what you can go ahead and do is just keep your PlayStation looking fresh, have the cord in the back of the USB where it's not seen, and then you can just dock the controllers as to, you know, on a need to do basis, and then you're pretty much good to go. So with that being said, I think it's a pretty decent product. It's solid. It doesn't have any problems. It hasn't broken on me so far. And a lot of times, a lot of products that I use from Five Below, I actually hold on to because they work so well. There's no reason to get rid of it. Anyway, let's go into the last section and see if this is actually worth the asking price after reviewing all the data on it. So the question is this product actually worth the asking price? I'm going to say yes, absolutely. Now there is a negative, but I'm going to talk about the positive first. So the positives is that let's say you get a PS5, it only comes with one USB. That USB can stay plugged up to the system. When you put it on standby mode or sleep mode, you can just place your controllers, if you buy extra ones, onto a dock with one USB cable, and then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about buying more. You don't have to worry about using your personal USB cables in order for the PS5. That just eliminates everything for you. I do want to also say to you guys, this does come with a USB-C. So if you have one with the PlayStation already, you can also use this one directly to the back of the system if you don't want to use the dock and plug it directly to the controller and it will still charge it. So you have two uses for this. Now, the negative aspect about this is, I got to be honest with you, the way this is sitting right here, because it's sitting straight up, some people are going to have problems, you know, trying to search for the charger port, and they may start scratching up the top of their controller. And, you know, you got to be careful with that. So for me, all I got to do is just place it in. Boom, I'm good to go. I've used it long enough where it's not a problem. I don't make that mistake anymore. But the average person might. Most PlayStation docks that may be a little bit more expensive have a more how do we say it? Aerodynamic. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm probably using it incorrectly, but I'm going to use it anyway. Aerodynamic kind of design so that the controllers sit on an angle and it's easier for you to slide them right in. Obviously, that's a better build quality, but for $5.55, this is not bad. It does not overheat when I use it. I can leave this on the system while it's in standby mode. My controllers are charged, and as soon as I take them off, none of them are overly hot. None of them are warm. I don't feel like they've gotten worse over time. The product works well. Sometimes you can buy something cheap, and it's just a great product. It just happens to be cheap, and this happens to be one of those things. So I looked it up online. I haven't really seen anybody have problems with this or anything like that. I was hoping others reviewed it to kind of give you guys a more of a bigger pool so you can figure out what product you want. Unfortunately, I'm probably one of the few that did this and took it seriously, and you know, people prefer more expensive products. So if this does help you, hopefully it does. That's all I got to say. It's a good, decent product for $5.55. You can't go wrong with it. Anyway, like and subscribe. Like always, peace. See you guys in the next video. Till then, be safe.